My next guest is a lightweight contender from Houston, Texas. You can catch his next bout on August 20th at the Fury Challenger Series. Will he be featured in the co-main event against Nick Compton in search of his sixth professional win? He joins me right now, Hector Saenz. Hector, welcome so much. I'm a fan of your work. I like watching you fight.
Hey, thank you very much for having me on, man. I appreciate that, man. It's always a heartwarming feeling when people tell me that they've seen my fights before, or just to know that they like my style. I definitely appreciate that, man. So thank you. I appreciate it.
What's really unique about you is you have spent like your entire career from an amateur fighter all the way up to this point. You fought under the Fury brand for several years now. What was Fury like when you first got on with them, like as an amateur to now? Like, do you see growth and have things changed and evolved over time?
Oh, for sure. I'm very, very happy and blessed to be fighting with Fury because I think it's one of if not the best growing regional organization behind like the big names like the UFC, the PFL, Bellator. Like Fury, it's also like the gateway to the UFC. So like you see like a bunch. Like at first it was the LFA pushing all these fighters to the UFC and to the contender series, but now it's like Fury, they're on the rise, and now they're the ones who are pushing all these fighters to the UFC and to the contender series. And there's just been a lot of guys that have also like that I've seen that were gonna fight for Fury, like that were gonna headline on a card, and then all of a sudden they get pulled and get asked to go into the UFC on a short notice. So I'm very blessed to be working with Fury because I hope like if I know that if I keep working hard enough, like I'll be one of those other fighters getting their shot into the big names. But man, like yeah, I started with Fury back in 2019 as and just to see it grow the way it is now, like Eric's done like a phenomenal job. Like I remember when I was fighting on the yellow canvas and it was just like Garcia Promotions. It was all yellow and then just Garcia Promotions lettering and no like sponsors on the canvas or anything like that. Now it's like you got now, and they weren't even on a UFC Fight Pass either. So I think that's huge too. You know, they locked in that contract. You know, they're starting to see all these sponsors on the canvases. You know, sponsored by OnlyFans, Howler Head, Live Oak Vodka, just all these cool businesses that are sponsoring the business, and I love it too because they're local,
Yeah.
so I get to have like all of my family and all of my friends come out and support me locally. Like I don't ever have to fight out of town, even though they do travel to like Colorado, California. I've seen that they just now starting to go to Tulsa.
Mhm.
So you know, it's awesome to see them starting to branch out and go outside of Texas, and then you see like big name fighters that are coming out of big gyms, like from what's a good like Factory X,
Mhm.
Kill Cliff, people from New York, trained with Ray Longo. Like just trying to see like all these top prospects come out from these big gyms, come to the to Fury. You know, not only that, I've seen a couple UFC veterans fight for Fury, which
Yeah.
is like badass to see because there's a couple dudes that I had followed that unfortunately got cut from the UFC, and now they found themselves into Fury. And it's just like crazy because it's like, holy shit, like I fight for the same promotion. Now these guys are like in here on the same like level too. It's just like it's badass to see. It's cool to see, and like to from them to start so small to see where they're at now. You know, these like I said, they got that UFC Fight Pass deal, OnlyFans, and now they're doing the Challenger Series. So like it's grown tremendously. Like I'm just excited to see what's to come for Fury if I continue fighting for them. So
It's funny because you talked about Dana White Contender Series and made that link to Fury. And I've identified three people that are in the ballpark record wise as you are. So you're 5-1. Rain Guerrero, she's 5-1. Cameron Smotherman, he's 8-3. Zach Reese, he's 5-0. What do they all have in common? They all fight for Fury, and they're all going to be featured on Contender Series. And then the lightweight champion, I forget his name, but the Fury lightweight champion, he's going to be fighting on Contender too.
Yep.
So
Yep.
there's
And my
like,
boy Markel,
right.
I had the opportunity to train with him at Factory X. He was a top lightweight in the division for Fury, and now he's gotten the call to go to the Contender Series. So shout out to Markel. I'm very happy for him. Like, it's good to see, like the success come to people that you know, and like just to see, like, exactly, I can be one of those fighters on my way there too. So it's
And,
just
and that's
awesome.
exactly, Hector, what I wanted to ask you. Like, so Contender's pretty much set. It runs typically from August through October. And is that something kind of like in your mind for maybe next year? Like, a couple more wins, and I might be right there.
Man, I fucking hope. Like, I'm thinking like it'd be nice if even if I could get a shot this year. I mean, God willing, I fucking go out August 20th and I do my fucking thing, have a hell of a performance, and we'll just see what happens from there. But yeah, I mean, that'd be cool. If not, I mean, I'm just gonna keep fighting and keep fighting until the call comes. But
Absolutely.
yeah, that'd be one of my goals. The Contender Series is cool and all, but I don't know. Like, now today to get a short notice, it's possible, but the possibility, like, for me, that likely for me, I don't think it's in the ballpark. But yeah, man, we'll see.
Later on this month, you'll be taking on Nick Compton in the co-main event. Nick's a veteran of the game. He's got a ton of experience. The results might not always go in his favor, but he's been brought in before as the blue corner, and he's wrecked some plans before. I think he's a tough guy. And he is very difficult to put away. There've only been two instances, by my count, that fighters have been able to find a way to finish him. He's tough. He's durable. What is it that you see when you look at Nick Compton?
Man, I don't. I see a fucking dog, just like any other fight that I go into. Like, I don't look past anybody, regardless of the records or what they've done. Like, I'm going in there as if like he's fighting for everything to come back on top or something, man. Like, I'm not looking past him. Like, I know that he's tough. I know that he's durable. I know that he's got the experience, and I know that he hasn't really been finished that much. He's tough to put away. So like, I'm expecting to go in there and brawl, like go the distance with this man if I have to. But I'm looking to try to put him away. Like, if I can be the first fighter in the Fury to put him away, I think that would look really good for me, and it would just be nice to get another finish on the record as well. So, but yeah, man, I'm definitely going in there like balls to the walls, because anything can happen, and I'm doing my best to work hard every single day leading up to the fight, and I'm not trying to leave no stones unturned. So I'm looking at this fight as if like he was fighting for a shot to go on the Contender Series as well. Like, he's coming in there to take my head off. Like, we're both like, I'm gonna do the same. So it's gonna be a dogfight in my opinion.
You're fast, you're powerful, you have great grappling. If the fight hits the canvas, you've proven time and time again that you can find submissions. You've done it before. Is there anything specific about you as a martial artist where you feel that you have like a pretty sizable advantage over your opponent?
I think my striking. I mean, I'm trying to improve my striking every single day. Like, I do have like a lot of submissions on my record, like 3, 4. But I consider myself a striker. I'm not really like, I don't try to look for a submission. If it happens, and it happens, but I'm usually trying to look for the knockout, and I try to set a pace where I just try to make my opponent drown. Like, I'm gonna try to make you compete at my pace, and hoping that you just won't be able to keep up, and then that's when I'll just start to take over. Try to work on every single day. I try to have white belt mindset. Like I even the basics, man, just like a simple 1-2. Like I'm gonna just try to pop that shit out. I do all the basic shit just like a regular white belt would, and that's that, man. I just try to train every day like a white belt.
You're a Houston guy. You fought throughout your entire MMA career to date. You're really unique because you've always fought at home. And in a way, that's super cool because you get a ton of people that come out and support. But then there's like a ton of pressure that comes with that. Like, I don't think everyone really understands that, right? Because it's like, you get 100 people that show up and are like, oh, Hector, we all brought our tickets, dude. We're here to watch you fight. We're here to see you win, baby. Let's go. And like, there's certain expectations that go behind that. And so I kind of wanted to ask you, like, how do you manage that? Because as you progressed in your career, you're going up against more difficult competition. The stakes get higher, but I feel like the expectations also grow, right? Because we're spoiled, man. We watch you fight. We're used to seeing finishes and stuff, but the more difficult guys that you fight, those finishes get harder and harder to come by.
Exactly. Yeah. No, brother, it's a fucking mental roller coaster from the beginning that I signed the contract. And I signed the contract like, I don't know, 8 weeks ago. So for about 6 to 8 weeks, it's a fucking mental roller coaster of people. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a great feeling. Like that's why I love fighting at home because I'm able to sell tickets. My commission on the ticket sales goes up. So that's great. And then to have people come out, hearing me, like hearing my name being chanted, people cheering me on, it's the fucking best feeling in the world. But also at the same time, it's like the pressure because I'm the one fighting in there, and then I'm all of my friends are buying their tickets, and they're like, "Oh man, I can't wait to fucking see you knock this dude out." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna try to go out there and do my thing, bro, for sure." And like you said, like people always expect to finish, and people think, and I have family that drive from like outside of town, like from San Antonio, the Valley. My buddy James flies out from Colorado. Um, it's like I definitely want to make everybody's hard-earned money worth it. So I'm gonna go try out and perform to the best of my abilities. And at the same time, it's like, fuck, bro, because like I don't want to let anybody down. I definitely don't want to get put away in front of all of my fucking people. And it gets kind of like nerve-wracking because like my sister the other day was like, "Hey, I'm gonna get a fat head of your face. I'm gonna just be out there with it, like just cheering you on." I'm like, "No, don't do that shit." Like, because then if I get put away, everyone's gonna see that big old fat head. And it's gonna be everyone's gonna know like, "Oh, that motherfucker just got fucking." It's like, nah, I don't want that pressure. Like, don't do all that. Like, it's a mental roller coaster, but um at the end of the day, if I can come out victorious, the after party is always good. Like I get to gather all of my family and friends together. We usually go to a spot here by that's close to the arena, and it's badass, man. Because I got all my people with me, and you're that guy that everybody wants to buy drinks for. So it's fucking it's a very humbling and it's very awesome, and being able to just sleep here in my town. I've never had to like go out of town, so I don't know what that's like. And I'm just fortunate to fight here. But yeah, man, there's a lot of pressure, and then people will get to the arena, and I'm on my phone in the back just trying to like pick a song and music to listen to warm up, and everyone's tagging me in the stories, telling me that, oh, that we're here for you, like ready to see you show out. I'm just like, fuck, like now we're here, now it's time. And it's like, all right, yeah, a
Right.
little pressure, but once I make that walk, all of that goes away. It's like I'm only focused on one thing. It's just like I don't even see anybody in the crowd anymore. It's just like tunnel vision. Like all I see is what's ahead of me, and that's it. And once that door closes, once the bell rings, I'm not thinking of anything else but besides my opponent in front of me. So
Sometimes we don't always talk about like the impact that you guys make on the lives of other people. And I feel like every single time I have somebody like you on this show, there's like that one person. Maybe it's somebody maybe it was a total stranger, and it's like wow, you completely changed my life. Like you like have been such like an inspiration to me. And like I feel like everyone at your level has at least like one story or maybe two stories of like something that came from left field, something completely crazy where
Damn, brother, I don't think I've had that moment yet, to
I'm
be
sure
honest
you
with you.
have. You probably just are being modest about it.
I mean, to put it in the simplest words like that, that's all it was. Just, hey, man, I acknowledge you hold yourself to a specific standard, and I respect that. And to me, it was like humbling because people, it's like, okay, people notice, like me changing someone's life, like, or anything like that. I've had people come talk to me, people talk to me all the time asking me for advice, and not just about like in the gym, but like if they need somebody to vent to, I always tell them, like, you can come to me. I'm like, I'll be like your big bro. Like that's why I try to be like the big bro here at the gym. Everybody's like, if anybody needs someone to talk to, like I try to do my best to uplift them, and I'm there for them. But yeah, that's about it. And like just people telling me like, hey, I like watching you fight. Or this one time, I sparred this one UFC fighter. I'm not gonna disclose any names, but they had told me that I had made it feel like it was a real fight. And to me, like that was like, holy shit, because the whole time I'm over here trying to survive for my life, and then here you are telling me that it felt like a real fight, like you were in the office on a Saturday night. I was like, that's what's up. That's cool then. Fuck yeah. But uh yeah, that's about it.
Hey, I think you're just a modest dude, and I think that's completely fine. Like, I'm sure there are a ton of people that you've made a huge impact on, and that's what's cool about what it is that you do is what you mean for your community, what you mean for the people that come out on fight night or they tune in on Fight Pass to watch you fight, and they want to see you do well because of what your success means for the community. I bet that's kind of wild.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, every now and then I'll get a message from people that I haven't talked to in years from
Mhm.
high school, and they'll message me like, "Hey, man, like, just felt compelled to like reach out to you. I see you're on your fucking grind, and I just respect it, and all this shit." But I take it personal because I'm like, you never bought a ticket. I ain't never seen you support me. So what are you talking? Nah, I'm just joking. But yeah, it's cool. Um, but I mean, I just look at it as like I'm just doing clockwork, man. Like I'm not out here trying to inspire others. Trying to be. I'm not trying to lead by example. Like I'm just trying to get in the room, get my work, help out my teammates as best as I can, and just that's it.
Can
Every
you
day.
can you tell me a little bit? A win over Compton that puts your record up at an impressive 6-1, and just kind of like where you are at this point in your career, that would put you solidly on a winning streak, 6-1. I mean, the lightweight class. I mean, that's a really interesting division, especially at that next level. So, what would going 6-1 mean for you, and kind of what are your plans for the rest of the year?
Man, I would definitely this is gonna be my third fight this year already. So I'm super grateful. I'm super blessed to have already, like three fights this year already. And I would really love to fight one more time before the year's over. And um, I think that would really elevate me to the next level. So like I go get a win over Nick Compton and make a huge call out. I have one in mind. I think I know what I want next too, and I think it's an exciting fight. I honestly would much rather want this fight instead of next Sunday, but these are the cards that I'm dealt with right now, so I'm just playing them, and I have big plans ahead of me. But I need to make sure that I get past my opponent next Sunday, which I'm gonna fucking do everything in my power to do that. But yeah, then I would really like to get one more fight before the year's over, because then that'd be four fights in a year. Like I think that's pretty
That's a
great,
busy year.
because that's what I'm saying. Like I think that's awesome because I know like some fighters are unfortunate don't get to have that opportunity, or some people just I don't know, but I'm blessed, I'm happy, I'm thankful, and I can't wait. So I think one more fight before the year's over would be great. I just want to keep this train going, man. Like if I'm healthy, if if I'm able to move my body and train, like there's no reason why I shouldn't have a fight lined up after this next one. So I'm
Well,
excited for the future.
ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you tune in to the Fury Challenger series to watch Hector fight on August 20th. You heard it from him right there. Expect a big call out. I did want to briefly hit on a couple things before I let you go tonight. Are you still selling tickets for the event? The event will be streaming live on Facebook for anyone who isn't in the area, but are you still selling tickets? What's up with that?
Yes. I'll still be selling tickets until next Friday.
Okay,
So,
cool. So by the time I put up this video, you better bought your tickets because by the time I publish this, you might be shit out of luck. That's why you don't wait. That's why you don't wait.
that's
As
what
soon
I'm
as the
saying.
fight possible,
Everyone comes in at the last minute
yeah,
asking for the tickets.
don't
I'm
be
like, man,
that.
I just turned them in. What happened? Like, come on.
Yeah, don't be that guy. Look at the date on the poster, buy your ticket early, get good seats. I want to give you the final opportunity, Hector. I know you have a lot of people that work with you to help you get ready in the fight camp. So if there are any teammates you need to thank, or if there are any sponsors you need to shout out before I let you go, let's do it.
Oh, big shout out to all of my coaches and teammates at 4 Ounce Fight Club, Andrew Spencer, Justin Flores, um, my sponsors, Gulf Coast Towers, El Tiron Trailers, Abe's Fitty Foods, the VFW Post 895, Iron City Gym. Yeah, major thanks to my family too for always supporting me and all my friends, man. I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Well, I appreciate you, Hector, for pulling up tonight. I know you're a busy guy, and I know August 20th is rapidly approaching. I look forward to watching you fight in 10 days' time, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man. Appreciate you for having me, man.